Reason number one to never give up during hard times is because what else is there to do? Even if you fail miserably, what else is there to do except to get up and try again? Literally, what else can you even do if you give up, do nothing for the rest of your life? There literally is no other option except to try again. Because giving up means that you would do nothing. Literally, the rest of your days and years on this planet, you would do nothing. Sit still and do nothing for the rest of your life. Is that a good thing? Is that what you want? If not, then the only option that you have is to get up and do it. Try again, no matter how many times you failed, no matter how hard it is, because there literally is nothing else to do except to get up and try again. You know, it's like a lot of people think that a sign of intelligence is that you can answer questions. But many times the actual signs of intelligence are that you can ask questions. And in the same way, the true winners are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who fail and keep trying. And the real losers are the ones who are too afraid and then they stay on the sidelines, they never try, and well, if you never try, you can never win. And those are the real losers, the ones who are too scared to look a fool and too scared to fail that they never even try. So keep going, keep trying, keep making those attempts happen because there literally is nothing else to do. Next, the second reason for why you should never give up during hard times is my personal favorite, and it's, what if you succeed? What if you get everything that you wanted out of it? What if the next attempt is the one that gets you your breakthrough and makes all your dreams come true? What if you succeed? Isn't just seeing through the possibility and the opportunity a good enough reason to do it and to not give up? Because what if the next attempt, even if you failed 100 times, what if the next attempt is the one to get you the big win that you wanted? And after you get the big win, all the losses and failures won't even matter, because you only need one big win, one breakthrough for the rest of your life, and everything will be amazing. So what if you succeed? The reason why you shouldn't give up is because what if you actually succeed on your next attempt? What if after this failure you learned something important and now you're gonna attempt again and now you're gonna win? Each failure you learn something and you fail again and again and again. But instead of failures, you see them as lessons. Because as long as you learn something from it, it's not a failure, it is simply a lesson. And so the only real failures are the ones where you learn nothing from it. And so as long as you keep learning from these failures, you get better, and then your chances of success constantly get increased with each attempt, and then eventually you get your breakthrough. And then when you get that one big breakthrough and win, none of the failures will even matter. Nobody will remember them, because you just need that one big win for everyone to be like, wow, and for you to be proud of yourself. You just need that one win. And so what if you succeed? What if the next attempt is the one? What if everything that you ever wanted was simply on the other side of one more try, one more attempt? The number 3 reason to never give up, even if it's hard times, is because, well, sometimes the point isn't to win, but to stay in the game. Think about life, for example. The goal of life is not to rush to the end point, it's to stay alive. You know, there is no winning, there's just staying in the game. And in many ways, that's with everything. As long as you stay in the game, you are winning. As long as you're alive, you are winning the game of life because you have not lost, you have not died. And so sometimes you just have to stay in the game, no matter how hard it is, how much you are struggling, how painful it might be. Sometimes the point is just to stay in the game. And you're constantly learning while you're in the game. And that's the good thing. Without you even being conscious of it or realizing it, every second that you spend playing, you spend learning. Think about, for example, yourself as a child. You have grown so much in basically every realm of life, like for example social skills. I bet you have 10 times better social skills than you had when you were a child. Yet you have never went and consciously gone into a conversation and been like, oh, this conversation I'm gonna learn something about social skills. No. But you just participating in social situations and conversations, you learn those skills. So as long as you keep staying in the game, you keep learning and you keep getting better. And the better you get, the higher your chances of success. Very simple. And so many times, the point is not to get some big win, it's just to stay in the game. And usually that is simply the goal that you want. Just like in life, you just want to stay in the game, stay alive. Sometimes that is the point. And when you look at the people that you really look up to and they're super successful, usually the reason they're successful is because they have been in the game for decades. Like, think about, all the professional athletes that you might look up to. Like, it's not like they're super talented and amazing, like born with some natural gift. No, most of them simply have spent so much time in that sport that no wonder they are amazing at it. I mean, you might be looking at an athlete and be like, oh, they're only 20 something years old. How can they be so good? But they started playing when they were 5 years old. So they have close to 2 decades of actual experience in that. And if you have 2 decades of experience in literally anything, you have so much time in it that it's no surprise that you become world class at it, because you have simply dedicated so much time into it. And so staying in the game alone will make you amazing at whatever you're doing and whatever your goals are, by you simply doing it for such a long period of time. And so in staying in the game will simply make you so good that eventually you will be at such a high level of whether it be business or a sport or whatever, making art, that it's literally impossible for you not to succeed, because you simply stayed in the game long enough to learn everything that you can from it, and to learn so much that you can beat everyone, you can beat all your competition. So stay in the game, because that's usually the point. The point isn't to win, but to stay in the game. So don't give up. The number 4 reason to not give up, even if you're in hard times, is because just ask yourself, what do you gain from giving up? What do you gain? Nothing. That's the answer. There's only 2 possibilities in this life. Either things change or they stay the same. Literally. It's a binary. There is no other options. Things either change or they stay the same. And so if you give up, well, that's the number 1 way to guarantee that you won't be able to change the situation that you are in into a better situation, because you're not doing anything to change it. And so you have to choose. Either you're gonna keep doing whatever you are doing, you're gonna go out there and take action and improve and change your life, or everything is going to stay the same. And isn't that a scary thought? That for the rest of eternity, everything will stay the same, nothing will improve forever. because you chose not to take action. But you can choose to take action and to change the situation. So don't give up, because you gain nothing from it. You gain something from doing, taking action and trying. That's where you gain something. And the very least, you will gain lessons that you will learn, that will teach you and make you better. And you will gain a story about how you were brave and courageous and went for it. You gave it your all. You attempted it. And that's the real good thing. Even if you are to somehow magically fail for the rest of your life, which is extremely unlikely, because I've never seen anyone actually dedicate themselves and try remotely hard at something for years and not make any progress. I've never seen it. Everyone makes progress as long as they try. But even if you somehow never succeeded, you never got any better, you never made any progress, even then, isn't it a better story to tell that, hey, at least I gave it my all, at least I tried, instead of just staying home and doing nothing and watching TV? Because it's a pretty damn boring story to tell about your life that you did nothing when you had all the opportunities that you have right now. And lastly, the fifth and final reason why you should not give up despite the hard times that you might be in is because giving up is the only real failure that there is. Failures are not real, just like I said before. Failures are not actually losing, they're not failures. If you learn something from it, if you take it as a lesson, it becomes a lesson instead of a failure, and then it's actually a victory. Because when you learn something, that's a good thing, that's positive. Growth is positive. And therefore, if you learn something, even from a failure, instead of it actually being a failure, it's now a victory. It's a success because you learned something. And so the only real failure that exists in life is giving up. It's not continuing to push forward and to improve your situation and to get better. That is the only real failure that exists. And so no matter how hard it is, how difficult it is, how much you might be struggling, how many doubts you might have about whether it's gonna work out or not, let me tell you something. There truly is no good reason to give up. And so don't. Stay disciplined. Chase your dreams. Never give up, no matter how hard it gets. And have a fantastic day.